J7 Star Bricks. Today we're going to build a set that we purchased from Amazon to answer the question, why does Funhole use F.O for the abbreviation for their name? That's very strange. Here we've got a steampunk ore train, and it's got built-in lights and everything. Check that out. This will be interesting. I've never built a train out of Legos before. So this is obviously the front of the box. They have a fun hole on the side. That seems sort of dirty when you think about it. See, delight day and night. Yeah, some what's included stuff on here. There's a couple pictures of the set on the back, lit up and not lit up. Bunch of writing on here in different languages. And it just says fun hole on the top again. Let's check this out. I've never built a fun hole set. All right, so open this up. We've got a nice looking instruction book. That looks pretty cool. Very Lego looking. Almost like a UCS set for Lego. That's pretty cool. Oh, just the last instructions in the back there. Got some stickers for the set in a baggie. And I guess some flex tubes for the set. We've got some numbered bags in here. We've got a... I don't know what this is. It feels very padded, so I'm guessing this is part of the power stuff. Very similar to a Lego set, so let's go ahead and get this thing going. All right, so the dark bag had 6 other bags inside of it, and this looks like all of the LEDs and control boards and USB and stuff to make the lights work, so cool. There are 5 bag 1s. That is certainly a lot of bag 1. You're probably not going to want to dump them all into the same container. There's a lot of those, and consequently, there's only 3 bags, but there's multiple of each of the 3 numbers. So, alrighty. All right, so it looks like we just route the wires by running them between the studs here. You put these studs on, the wires are pre-attached, and you just run the wires that way. Interesting. Let's take a minute and look at these bricks. So it looks like a normal 1x2 plate, except that it has recessed studs on both sides. Check that out. So I've seen this in one other set that I have. It is a knockoff brick, but it is essentially a stud direction changer. So you can put this on the bottom of a Lego piece and then start the Lego pieces in the other direction. Very useful for snot building technique and other stuff. That's very cool. Lego should make these. All right, there is the Steampunk Ore Train by Funhole. It's a Funhole. Yeah, Funhole. Yeah, it's like cornhole. Yeah. That's cool. Yeah, so there we go. That is the whole thing. Let me show you some weird stuff, and then we'll look at the train and show you what it looks like all lit up and all that cool stuff. The only set I've ever had with extra stickers in case you screw up. That's actually pretty cool. That's something maybe Lego should look into doing, but I guess they don't care. They just send you a replacement sticker set if you ask them, but that's an interesting feature. Something you don't see every day. Here are the tools that Funhole includes with the set. These are super useful for all the tiny little wires running everywhere because you have to pull them through areas, and my fingers are too big to get in there. So these are really useful for that. This is just their version of the Lego tool. See, it's got the same features as a real Lego tool. It just looks different. It's got the Fun Hole logo on there. And then this is just a USB tester. I didn't use this to test the lights. I just tested them with a battery because there's no voltage listed on here. So I didn't want to blow up the lights. All right, so let's take a little bit closer of a look at this train. So you can see the lights, or the wires for the light rather, they tend to pop out. They're kind of stiff and they're hard to get to hide behind stuff like they're supposed to. So that's the first thing you're going to notice, especially when building it. That's the front of the train. So this is pretty cool. You got the little spinning turbine, although it doesn't, I guess it doesn't spin. The wire kind of stops it from spinning there, but you got a little turbine looking thing. There's a light on the front here. There's a closer look at the side of the train. So check that out. The flexi tubes are not as straight as they should be there. So you got some greebling on there. It looks very steampunky. That's the top. That is supposed to be the choo-choo chimney. Got some detailing on the side with some stickers. There's a little kitty cat there. There's the engineer's cabin. Moving in the back, we've got the, I don't know what this is supposed to be. I'll explain my complaints about this car later, but here's the car behind it with the ore on top and some windows there. These doors are all openable, if that's a word. You can open all these doors into there. I guess put some minifigures if you had them. The set does not come with minifigures. This is the power controller for the set. I'll get to that in a minute. Let me flip it around to the back, screech it on the table here, and see where you've got some of these lights just kind of come down and just hang out there. If you were really anal about this, you could probably figure out a way to get those lights to behave better. I just didn't really want to take the time. There's the back of the car. There's another door. Other side of the train is pretty much the same, except for you don't have a door into the engineer's cabin on this side. Other than that, it's kind of a mirror. You do have the locomotive sort of works on the bottom, sort of. Maybe if this was on carpet, it might work better, but you see what I'm getting at here. These all have the ability to freely move. They don't. This middle wheel doesn't really touch enough to keep it going. There we go. But you get the idea. That's what it's supposed to do. And then by our little kitty cat on the bottom there, you do have a door that goes into the engineer's booth. There's nothing in there. It's just an empty Lego room, basically. There's no greebling or anything on the inside. I don't think you're really meant to get in there after you put it together. And there we go with the train all lit up in a dark space. So we've got some lighting on the engines on the side here. There's a very bright front light on the front of the train. It's kind of blindingly bright. The camera does a lot to take it down a couple levels there. You've got, I don't know what these are. I guess just lamp things on the front of the train. Like that's the smokestack. I don't know what these are supposed to be, but they light up. We've got lights coming from inside the engineer's cabin. Got a little lamp lighting up the kitty there on the outside porch. This looks to be a passenger car. I mean, there's doors and windows everywhere. And if we go around the back here, you know, we've got a lit up door with lanterns behind it. But then the ore seems to be stored on the top of this car, but not on the inside of the, is it just stored on the roof? And it's a passenger car, and I don't know. I guess it's some magical steampunk train that doesn't need coal to generate steam. It uses magic ore, but it's only stored on the top of the car behind it because there's, yeah, I'm not really sure. That's my complaint about this. It just doesn't make too much sense. You know, normally on a train, you would have a car behind the engine with the coal on an old style train. And this one has ore, but only on the roof. It's just weird. But it does look pretty cool lit up, right? Those gems are really, those are really neat. There's a top view there. That's pretty cool. Those little stacks on the front of the train there. So it does look pretty cool lit up. So aside from the weirdness with the ore car here, which I guess is forgivable in a fantasy steampunk setting, whatever, there are some little problems with the set. Just running the wires, kind of the Legos or the bricks, they're not real Legos, but the bricks don't sit as flat as they could when the wires are underneath them. Obviously, because the wires take up some space, they're not completely flat. So that's an issue. The wheels don't move as freely as they could unless you're really, I mean, I'm really pressing down on this with my finger to get them all to move there. When you do, it works. But most of the time, when you're casually doing it, it won't do it. And then the instructions show that this, which is the battery, there's 3 AAAs in here. This is supposed to just tuck inside this passenger car here, or car, or whatever we're going to call it. But the issue is that they say just to open this door and stick it in there. Yeah, that doesn't fit. Oh, maybe we can angle it sort of, and nope, still doesn't fit. And the wire is not long enough to get it straight in through the back door. So yeah, that's kind of a bummer. Don't know what to do about that. I think I'm just going to display it on a shelf like all my other sets, so I think I'm just going to hide this on the other side of the train so I can turn it on and off easily anyway. But that doesn't work as expected. Other than that, though, it's a pretty cool set. I think it was around $60 on Amazon. My wife got it for me from Amazon. The brick quality is really good. They're very similar to Lego as far as clutch and the quality of the bricks. The build itself is pretty fun. I don't generally enjoy messing with all these wires. That's kind of a pain in the butt. You're running these wires like everywhere behind the Legos, and the way that they tell you to do it in the instruction book is just kind of lay them underneath. But I kind of took some pins back out and ran them up over the axles so they weren't getting in the way. That wire connector, you're supposed to double-sided tape that onto the bottom there. I haven't done that yet because I honestly wasn't sure where I was going to put it or if it was going to work. So I guess I'll double-sided tape that at some point on the bottom there. Yeah, that's a fun little set. Funhole has about 12 sets, I think, on Amazon. And then if you look them up online, they may have some more sets, but those are the only ones I was able to find. All right, yeah, so for 60 bucks, it's pretty fun. And it looks pretty cool. And I guess one of their other sets is a steampunk train station to go with this train. So we might do that in the future. That might be pretty interesting. All right, guys, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Go ahead and give us a like and subscribe if you don't mind. It helps the channel out. We've hit 1,000 subscribers. That's awesome. Now we've got to hit 2,000. Once again, my name is Jay. This is 7 Star Bricks, and I'll see you here next time.